How was your night last night?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Say what's up to the vlog.
I'm vlogging.
How do you feel after last night beating Jake Paul?
What's the name of the vlog?
KJ Camps.
KJ Camps. Shout out to the KJ Camps supporters.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Nice talk, baby. How are you?
Oh, sorry.
I'm a little fucked up, but will you take care of me forever and ever?
Logan Paul pushes Anthony Joshua out after shocking Jake Paul visit. Anthony Joshua arrived at the hospital to check on Jake Paul after his brutal knockout, but what should have been a calm visit spiraled into chaos. Furious and protective, Logan Paul shoved Joshua out, igniting tension and leaving everyone stunned by the explosive confrontation.
Speak to Jake yet?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
Good, man. Send him a message.
Anthony Joshua had just reached Jake Paul, checking on him after that shocking KO, showing respect despite the chaos. But Logan Paul, still fuming, couldn't contain himself. Like a territorial mutt, he barked and lunged, shoving Joshua away and trying to assert dominance. What should have been a quiet hospital visit erupted into pure, unfiltered madness.
Yo, doing me, man?
Tension in the hallway reached its peak as Anthony Joshua approached with unshakable calm and authority. Logan Paul, consumed by anger and desperation, tried to assert himself, but security immediately stepped in and restrained him. Anthony's sheer presence dominated the scene, turning what should have been a quiet visit into a dramatic display of power and control. Duke McKenzie didn't hold back, openly exposing both Paul brothers. Logan's furious antics looked amateurish and desperate, while Jake, reeling from the KO, was left powerless. Anthony Joshua, in complete contrast, radiated dominance and control, turning the encounter into a masterclass of authority. The brothers' humiliation couldn't have been more public or absolute.
He said, and everybody knows, he's not a real boxer. There's levels to this game, and he was way out of his level, way out of his depth.
Logan Paul's own words betrayed him. He rambled about his brother's broken jaw, trying to mask his embarrassment, yet every sentence revealed how completely outmatched they were. Anthony Joshua, calm and precise, had dismantled the Paul brothers without breaking a sweat. Logan's frustration only amplified his humiliation, turning his attempt at dominance into a spectacle of defeat.
I just pissed him off, then he broke my brother's jaw. Fuck his jaw, huh? Yeah, he split his jaw.
Yeah?
You don't care though, Jake's having a fucking life.
Carl Frock didn't hold back. He perfectly captured the chaos unfolding. The Paul brothers looked lost, scrambling like amateurs, while Anthony Joshua carried himself with ice-cold precision. Every glance, every step he took screamed authority. Frock's disbelief echoed the viewer's own. How can anyone even compete with this level of dominance? The scene was as much a masterclass as it was a meltdown.
Bullshit, but where does he go from here? What does he do? I'm not even arsed, man. I can't be arsed with this bullshit anymore, this clown world. It's a joke shop. It's just a big fucking... It's just an absolute...
Duke McKenzie made it brutally clear the Paul brothers' bravado had been shattered. Jake's broken jaw was the ultimate reminder that actions have consequences, and Logan's anger couldn't mask his impotence. Anthony Joshua, calm and methodical, had orchestrated a public takedown that went far beyond the ring, leaving everyone questioning just how anyone could stand against him now.
Anthony Joshua did that too, because now he won't be able to talk like he does for a while. He won't.
Eddie Hearn highlighted a rare glimpse behind the calm facade of Joshua, usually unshakable, faced a moment of irritation as Logan Paul tried to provoke him. Yet even in that brief lapse, Anthony's authority dominated, every move measured and precise. Logan's antics looked amateurish against a champion whose mere presence could control the room.
The push was, listen, we've seen worse, you know what I mean, but lively. And what followed actually was one of the few times that I've seen Anthony Joshua unravel, if you like, because normally he's very composed, but you can't be composed when a man's talking to you like that.
Johnny Nelson nailed it. Jake Paul got the harshest reality check imaginable. He walked in thinking he could handle Anthony Joshua, only to be completely overpowered and exposed. Logan Paul's failed theatrics only added to the embarrassment, making the brothers look like amateurs scrambling in the shadow of a true champion. Joshua's calm precision and dominance left no doubt he wasn't just fighting Jake, he was publicly dismantling the entire Paul narrative. This wasn't a win in the ring, it was a psychological and reputational knockout for both brothers.
You've got to make this kid have a reality check. And that's what he actually did, because Jake Paul himself said, I was shattered. You know, this guy, everything I thought.
Fight O'Reilly highlighted exactly why Joshua's impact goes beyond just the fight. While Jake and Logan Paul floundered, Anthony's victory wasn't only about defeating an opponent, it was a statement to the entire boxing world. Every move showcased skill, authority, and composure. The Paul's antics looked childish, completely overshadowed by Joshua's reach and dominance. He didn't just win, he elevated his legacy, expanded his influence, and left the Pauls scrambling to maintain relevance in a story they were already losing.
His win today was the bread. AJ's win today was the exposure to more people. Even though he's mad famous, as we know, like, there's a community he hasn't touched, and I think he touched that community today.
Eddie Hearn highlighted the calculated brilliance behind Joshua's performance. Jake Paul's evasive tactics delayed the inevitable, but Anthony's patience and precision made the final knockout inevitable. That crushing shot that broke Jake's jaw wasn't just physical, it was a public demonstration of his superiority. Logan's failed attempts to intervene or protect his brother only added layers of humiliation. Joshua's dominance was so complete that even toughness couldn't save the Pauls from looking small, incompetent, and completely outclassed.
Yes, it took AJ a couple of rounds to get hold of him, and then he knocked him spark out and broke his jaw. It was a frustrating 2-3 rounds maybe, because Jake was moving so much, holding.
Johnny Nelson made a sharp observation facing Joshua was a lesson in reality for the Paul. Neither Jake nor Logan grew as fighters, they were publicly exposed for what they truly are. Joshua's superior skill, composure, and strategic brilliance highlighted the gap between a seasoned champion and social media sensations pretending to be boxers. Every failed tactic, every desperate move by the Paul brothers underscored their lack of readiness. This wasn't just a win, it was a career-defining statement that humiliated the Pauls on every level, proving that hype alone can never match true talent.
Do anything for his career, for his bank account, everything, for his development. I don't think he did anything for his development, because he didn't have somebody in front of him that wanted to test his development.
Duke McKenzie dissected the Paul's mindset perfectly. From the opening bell, it was obvious Jake Paul's approach wasn't about skill, it was pure survival. He ran, retreated, and tried to avoid the inevitable like a scared novice in a lion's den. Logan Paul's desperate posturing outside the ring only compounded the humiliation, making the brothers look incompetent on every level. Anthony Joshua, on the other hand, showcased true mastery and dominance. He patiently dissected his opponent, letting Jake tire himself out before delivering the decisive blow. This wasn't just a fight, it was a demonstration of superior skill, intelligence, and control. Joshua didn't need to rely on theatrics. His presence alone dictated the pace and outcome. The Pauls' reputations took a major hit, showing that hype and social media bravado can never match genuine talent and ring ick.
Jake Paul knew exactly what his tactics would be going into that fight. He was in there just to survive. He wasn't in there to win. He didn't even try to win. He couldn't win. So when you know in your mindset, you know in your mind's eye, I can't win that fight. What do? I've got to survive. How do I survive? I've got to run like a...
Eddie Hearn laid it bare Jake Paul never had a chance. Survival was all he could hope for, and even that was a stretch. He moved frantically, holding, retreating, desperately trying to extend the fight. Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua dictated the pace with surgical precision, demonstrating why he's in a league of his own. Logan Paul's failed interventions and posturing outside the ring only magnified their humiliation. Joshua's dominance was total. Every feint, every step, every punch sent a clear message. Hype and bravado mean nothing against true champion. The Paul's narrative of toughness crumbled entirely, leaving fans and analysts alike stunned at the sheer gap in class.
At the end of the day, Jake had one job, and that was to try and survive. I mean, he was never ever going to win the fight, ever. And if you would have said to me, do I think he'll go 6 rounds? I would have said absolutely not. I mean, I felt that it would take AJ a couple of rounds to get hold of him, because I knew Jake can move a bit and he'd be moving off the back.
Spencer Oliver laid it out perfectly. Anthony Joshua controlled the fight with the poise and precision of a master strategist. Jake Paul, despite his frantic movement and occasional punches, was nothing more than a pawn in Joshua's orchestration. Joshua allowed him to flail around like a rabbit trapped in a cage, conserving energy and waiting for the perfect moment. That one clean, crushing punch that broke Jake's jaw in 2 places was the result of calculated patience, not desperation. Logan Paul's antics outside the ring only amplified the humiliation, making both brothers look incompetent and utterly exposed. Fans witnessed a textbook masterclass in ring control, timing, and psychological dominance. Joshua didn't just win, he dismantled every ounce of hype surrounding the Pauls, proving that social media bravado cannot substitute true skill. Every movement sent a message. Anthony Joshua is in a league far beyond the Paul brothers' reach, and any attempt to challenge him publicly or theatrically would only magnify their embarrassment.
Anthony Joshua, I think that he needed to get the job done inside the distance. You know, and he done it. Like, he could have done it at any given point. I think that he could have cut the ring off whenever he wanted to and got Jake Paul out of there. He took his time on that. He allowed Jake Paul to run around like a rabbit and throw the occasional shot from time to time. And I think he only landed one clean punch, didn't he, Anthony Joshua? And that was the one.
Simon Jordan perfectly captured the absurdity and spectacle of the event. While Netflix audiences enjoyed high-octane entertainment, Jake Paul's frantic antics, and Logan's failed attempts to intervene, the reality was brutal. The Paul brothers were humiliated in front of the world. Anthony Joshua's dominance wasn't just physical, it was psychological. He controlled the ring, dictated the pace, and made every flailing movement from Jake look amateurish. Even those skeptical of Joshua's prowess couldn't ignore his clinical execution. The Pauls' overhyped social media bravado and desperate theatrics crumbled completely, leaving them exposed and irrelevant. This wasn't merely a victory, it was a total dismantling of their credibility, a public lesson in skill, composure, and strategy. Anthony Joshua's authority resonated far beyond the rope, sending a clear message: height cannot rival true mastery. Every punch, every feint, every calculated step reinforced the gap between the world champion and the overhyped siblings, cementing Joshua's supremacy and leaving the Pauls to reconcile with their shattered reputation.
Boxer. Netflix have got some wonderful content, and Jake Paul runs around doing what Jake Paul does. So everybody wins, and only the people that don't win are the people that go, well, look at, and even the people that think Anthony Joshua is a busted flush now go, well, that proves the.
Anthony Joshua's performance wasn't just a win, it was a statement to the entire boxing world. Jake Paul's frantic movements and Logan Paul's desperate theatrics outside the ring only highlighted how outmatched they truly were. Joshua controlled the pace, cut the ring with precision, and waited for the perfect moment to deliver a crushing blow, leaving Jake with a broken jaw and both brothers' credibility in tatters. Fans weren't just watching a fight, they were witnessing a masterclass in dominance, strategy, and composure. Every punch, every feint, every calculated step reinforced Joshua's supremacy while exposing the Pauls as overhyped amateurs who rely on social media stunts instead of real skill. The question now is clear: can Logan and Jake Paul ever recover from this public humiliation, or is their height permanently shattered? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to subscribe for full fight breakdowns, shocking reactions, and the most unfiltered takes on boxing's biggest moments. Don't miss out, this is the story everyone will be talking about.